Testing, test.
Hello, test, test. Okay, there you go. Hi guys, how are you doing? Okay, so yeah, I'm Cyrus, and yeah, I've been working with Python communities for a while now. And today I want to show you something cool. So this is not like a talk, but it's more of a show and tell for uh, for a library that I found really cool. It is called Flet. And if you ever wanted to build apps that run on the web, desktop, or even mobile, without writing JavaScript or any other language, or if you want to learn like 3 different frameworks and you don't have the time to do so, well, this talk is for you. We'll build something together today. Well, actually, this presentation is built on that framework. So the title of the talk is Building Cross-Platform Apps with Flet. And yeah, so this presentation is built with Flet. Okay, so to formally introduce myself, my full name is Cyrus Mante. You can just call me Sai. Yeah, I work at Accenture as a software engineer, and I have been a volunteer of Python Philippines since 2023. And recently, I served as the PyCon APAC 2025 co-chairman, hosted in the Philippines. So if you wanted a PyCon APAC here in Singapore, please support your local Python user groups. So that would be great. And yeah, so besides my full-time work, I also do teach data analytics and data science. Yeah. Okay, so going back to the main topic, let's be real. Python isn't exactly famous for great UI frameworks. So anybody here uses Tkinter before? Tkinter, anyone? Okay, one. So I think Tkinter it's very ancient, right? What about PySide or Kiwi for mobile or for desktop applications? So they are great, but they are too heavy, right? Yeah, they're too heavy to develop. And the best thing that we have for frameworks is, in my opinion, it's Streamlit. So it's actually easier to do, right? But like the speaker said earlier, it's mainly focused on data applications. So for machine learning, for dashboards or something. But what if I want to go cross-platform? That usually means writing front-end code in React or in Flutter or in any other language, and on top of your Python backend, right? So that's a lot of learning for one small app or just a one small or one quick project, right? We are Pythonistas, so we want everything to be in Python, right? So if we see something like a system, we ask ourselves, can I do this in Python, right? So then comes the Flet. So what is Flet? Flet is a Python framework that lets you build real-time multi-platform apps using Flutter UI components. So it's mainly Flutter. So Flutter plus Python, you have Flet. So you don't need to touch any Dart or JavaScript or any worry about CSS. So it wraps Flutter widgets in Python and handles communication behind the scenes, and it even includes a built-in web server and hot reload. So you can build UIs that look native and modern without writing a single line of front-end code. Yep. Okay, so now you might be wondering how is it different to other frameworks that I mentioned before. So according to this very well put table, so this only according to my opinion, you'll see Flet, it leans more towards the general purpose applications. And you'll see a Streamlit there, but again, it's more focused on data applications. And so Flet, it's the thing, or sorry, Flutter, it's the thing that you use mostly if you want to create general purpose apps, right? So you can just think of that, but in Flet, you build it in a Python first approach. So maybe some of you are asking in what context is Flet real-time compared to the likes of Streamlit. Okay, so well, Flet and Streamlit, well, they do have the ability to create interactive front ends, but Flet enables real-time synchronization across multiple connected clients. So Streamlit does that also, but it's not by default. Yep. Okay, so what I wanted to do now is I'm going to walk you through on how do we build just a very simple chat application, just like Discord, right? Everyone here know Discord? Okay, that's good. And if not, then welcome to Earth. So to create the most simplest Flet app, you only need, first, of course, you need to install the Flet library. So that's pip install Flet. And then, of course, first is we import the Flet library. And then next is we define our function. So this is the entry point of our Flet app. And it takes a page object. Here we go. Yeah, as an argument. Oh, sorry. There we go. Yeah. So, and it takes a page object as an argument, which represents the app's user interface. And inside the main, we call page add ft text value hello world. So this means we're adding a text widget with the value hello world, and then Flet will automatically render this text on the screen. And then finally, we call at the end, we call the ft.app main. So that means we are telling Flet to run our main function that will start the app, and then that's it. No? So after that, we have now our most basic Flet application. So, capitalize. Give me a round of applause. Yay! So, but this is not a chat application, right? So this is what I want to do. So first, I want to design the first version of our chat application. So we will have a column called chat. So the column will hold our chats in a vertical stack, right? So just like other messaging platforms out there. Then we will use a text control. So control, that means the component. And it will add to the chat controls list. So that chat controls list is the one with the text stacked over. So every time we send a text, so the chat control adds up. Then the text field is where the user types the message, of course. And then we have the elevated button. So it will have the on-click function that triggers when you press the send button. So the send button is right there. And this event adds the text from the text field to the chat column. And it will empty out our text field after. Then finally, the row. The row arranges a text field and the button horizontally. And then it will create the input area. So if we put it into code, this is what it looks like. So let me explain first. So again, we create the column called chat. So it holds the messages. It's right here. Then we created the send function, which is triggered when the send button is pressed, and it appends the text from new messages to the chat column, and it clears the input field. And then finally, we add the chat column and a row containing the new message and the send button. So this is the row. You can see here the text input and the send. So let's try sending a message. There you can see there's my message right there. Let me just send another one. There we go. So you can see our message is stacked vertically. And so that's what the column control does. And of course, the row holds our text field and send button, which is displayed in a row formation. So that's the first version. So please give me a round of applause. Yeah, thank you so much. But we're not finished yet, because in here we're only talking to ourselves, which is a kind of bit of crazy, you know. But what we wanted to do is, I want everyone to talk with each other. So how do we do that? Okay, so good thing. Yep. Python has, sorry, Flet. Sorry, Flet has this function called pubsub. So if you're using Google, you know pubsub. If you don't, pubsub in layman terms is just it's like a group text message. So instead of sending a message to one person, you just send it to a group, and then everyone in the group sees that message. So the group will be you in the end of the session. Everyone in the group sees the message, but you don't need to know who's in the group or how many people are there. So to do this in Flet, so first, when a user sends a message, it is published to a central pub sub channel using this one, page pub subscribe. It's this one, send all. So it will send a message to all of the subscribers. So who are the subscribers? That's you who entered the chat. Then after that, when a new message is published, all subscribers receive it through the onMessage function. So to demonstrate this, yeah, I'm going to type a message, and if you can see there, there's like a gibberish text. That's the yeah, you can say that it's the unique identifier of the user. So if I create a private window for this chat, I should be able to chat with myself. That's not it. Okay, this one. So I created a new private window so I can create a new user ID. So hi. Now this message should be reflected on the non-private window if everything works. Yeah, there you go. There's the message that I sent through my private window, and yeah, so that's like the uh, the whole demo for receiving all messages and then creating a multi-user chat. So please everyone clap. Yay. Yeah, we're going to do that every demo. Okay, so since we created the most grueling part of the demo, so we just add some nice touches, like creating a dialogue for everyone if they join the chat. So of course we have the alert dialogue. So what alert dialogue has is it has a elevated button for the join chat, and it also has a what they call this, a text field. So where you can enter your name. So what it looks like is, let's say you join the chat, and then this thing will pop up. So welcome, you need to enter your name. Let's say your name is, just put my name. And then join chat, and then this message will pop up in the chat saying that you have joined the chat. Yep, and then one more thing that we can add is the circle avatar. So circle avatar is like in Discord, you have your profile pictures, your anything. But for this one, we'll get the initials of the user. So it will come from the alert dialog, the name that you have put it in there. So yeah, so this shows that Flet offers a lot of customizations for your applications. So this is what it looks like. So let's say and there you go. There's the circle avatar. So it took the initials of the Y or the U, and yeah, that's it. So we just need to bootstrap all of them and create the chat application. There you go. So if anyone is wondering how does Flet work under the hood, so basically Flet UI runs from your code served by a different Flet server. So your app's logic stays in your program while UI changes are sent to the server via WebSockets. So that's how they get the real-time synchronization. So this lets you build web apps and standalone programs without dealing with web-specific complexities. So instead of the front end talking to backends, Flet has multiple backends communicating with a central Flet server. So the design offers security by keeping internal services behind a firewall, a faster access by running apps next to services, and zero deployment as apps can run on any server without needing to be deployed to a web server. And when do we not to use it? So I know there are a lot of points there, but for me, Flet is it's a great fit for things like internal tools, like small business apps, dashboards with more layout control, or hackathon projects. No? So we want to use Flet if, let's say, you want to create POCs that is easy to vibe code, right? So just POCs doesn't really matter as long as you show how it works. Then definitely this would be a great alternative for something like Streamlit. And there we go. But you need to avoid Flet when you're doing like complex animations or something that needs native mobile APIs. So one problem I encounter with this one is, as of now, Flet does not support the use of the mobile cameras. But what I did is I used a sorry, I didn't use a third party app, but I did use a library called OpenCV, so I can use my camera. So, but yeah, so Flet as of now does not have that capabilities. And of course, high performance games or some heavy rendering. And yeah, so I encourage you guys to scan the chat demo. So if you scan this one, this should pop up. Let me just, yeah, so I created this demo, but I did some editing with the team and something. So welcome to PyCon SG chat. Let me just enter my name. Oh, sorry. Okay, internet's bad. Is everyone able to join? Okay. Join chat. Here at the left side, please send a message through our chat, and let's see if it works. Let me just send the chat. Hello. So everyone should receive it. Okay, I see people joining. Please send it. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. So I would like to know your thoughts about the talk here in the chat or personal. I can take some questions. And if you don't have any questions, then please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you want to learn more about Flet, there's the QR code right there. And yeah, that's it for my talk. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. So thank you guys.
Okay, so before we move on, right, do you guys have any question for Mr. Cyrus here? Anyone?
In Philippines. Do I look Singaporean to you? Do I look Singaporean? Or I see. Okay, no worries. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that question. Yep. Yes. Yes, sir.
Hi. Um, for the past few years after the Flutter has introduced, on right? Yeah. Okay. So for the past few years after Flutter has introduced, I have been working on the Flutter for developing apps and all. I noticed that in the code we have used some terms of Flutter like circle, avatar, column, row, all those things. That's good. I just want to know how much extent of Flutter can we use in Flet? As in, if we want to, for a hackathon, if a student is trying to do, they have the Flutter code, but they are promptly in Python. Can they try the almost all the Flutter codes into that the packages, native Flutter packages, not external packages?
Well, as of the moment, I believe not every component in the Flutter will be translated into Flat as of now. But there are some like alternatives where you can create your own Flutter components and then use it on Flat. But to answer your question, as of now, not every component can be translated into Flat. Yeah. Thank you for that question.
Any
Anyone
other
else?
question?
How about in the chat? So everyone who's very shy to ask, we have the chat here. Okay, so someone is SQL, doing some SQL injections. Yes. Oh, okay. So you're asking for the how did I deploy this one? Okay. So for the deployment, actually, you have three options. So first, you have Fly. So Fly is like Heroku, but it sucks. So, but yeah, so it's an alternative. So Fly.io. Next is Replit. So you can use Replit to you create your code there and then you deploy it at the same time in that in that in the IDE. Then next is you can do self-hosting with Nginx. How did you make the app look nice with colors, padding, if no CSS? So they have this thing called themes, and they also have some, what do you call this? They also have some properties like colors and such, and yeah. So I just noticed everyone is there's the schedule of the talk in the chat. Yeah. So but to answer your question, there are properties like colors and themes, and also there's padding. So everything can be manipulated with those properties. Yeah. Okay, I guess there's no more questions.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's our
If there's no
talk.
more question, thank you, Mr. Cyrus.